Hello, I'm Joe Walensky, and I'm the conference director for Convey UX. Our 12th annual event is coming up at the end of February, the 27th, 28th, and 29th, and we're going to be in person in Seattle, but also online for our virtual experience. One of the fun things I get to do is talk to our many speakers before the event, and right now I am talking with Andrew Hogan. Hello, Andrew. How are you today?
Hey, Joe. Good to see you.
Well, I am talking from my home office in Bellingham, Washington, which is just north of Blink's headquarters in Seattle. It's been a bit of a cold and snowy few days, but it seems like we're melting out. Where are you talking to us from?
So I'm in the Bay Area, between San Francisco and Oakland in Alameda, for those who know it.
All right, well, I've been there. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this. Now I'm familiar with the work that you're doing, but for everyone else, why don't you just talk a little bit about your background and the types of things that you're involved with?
So the background's kind of interesting because I am not a researcher, and yet I research things and I learn about things. I'm not a designer, and yet the thing that I research most is design and digital product. And what I try to do is just try to bring some sense to all of it. It's all over the place. We read these posts, we're on Reddit, we're on LinkedIn, we're talking to other people. But what's the data really saying about, different trends, about different topics? And I've been doing that for the last, I don't know, 7, 8 years, but previously at Forrester Research, and then now at Figma. And I do this, I write an internal newsletter, and then we also publish some of it externally. And then I also do talks like the one that I'm planning to give at Convey. I'm really excited about.
Well, your topic that you're going to be presenting, the title is Three Conversations in Design. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you came around to that topic and what we can expect to learn from it?
So the topic came from this idea that there's these sort of almost like every few years these things come back up, different sorts of topics. And I thought it would be interesting to kind of look at them over time. Like, how many jobs are there? Where are the jobs? Who is hiring within design and digital product? What does it mean that teams have gotten much bigger? We've done some research that they're now, 20, 30, even more percent bigger, than just a few years ago. And those are teams that sit within very different kinds of companies than they used to. And then obviously, one of the other big conversations is AI. But there's a lot of opinions about AI and where to go from that. What if we could look at those sorts of opinions in, context with each other, and in context with other fields, and in context with things that have happened in the past? And so the talk is all about how should you think about these three big conversations: jobs, scale, and AI, in the context of everything else that's going on, and maybe a little bit of data that could be helpful. I found that data is one of the hardest things to get when you're looking at this field, when you're looking at digital product and design. And so I'll bring some things together, I'll curate some things, I'll present some new things, and hopefully kind of help people make sense of what's going on. And then selfishly, help me make sense of what's going on, especially as I watch the reactions from everybody at what's presented, what's shared, what do they agree with, what do they disagree with. Always love to compare anecdotes and data.
It should spark a lot of discussions at the conference. And you briefly mentioned AI. Um, yeah, I know that's something that your organization is involved in, but would you like to expand a little bit on it in terms of what you or your organization is involved with for that? It's one of the themes of our conference this year.
Yeah, it's something we've been talking about for quite a while. Figma presented a point of view last year at our Config conference. Um, and we've also been releasing features to enable things like multiplayer AI, which is, how do you collaborate better with each other, with AI in the mix? How do you, you know, I don't know, run meetings more effectively because templates are being generated from for you, or you know, next steps and actions are being summarized, or findings are being summarized. And so we've been doing a lot of this and releasing those features and just seeing how people use them, what they find valuable. And I don't think it's a topic that's going to be going away anytime soon either. So I think we should all figure out how to engage with it, and how to, you know, think about the future, working with AI.
But you gave us a good idea of the activities that you're generally involved with. Is there anything happening that you're particularly excited about? Any new projects or processes or technologies that you might be able to tell us about?
Always things. But what can I share? What can I tell everybody about? That's always tricky. Um, I think I would say that, you know, this area of AI is one that we'll continue to be looking at, keep looking at, and just thinking about how to go from imagination to reality, more successfully, more quickly, and you know, with your team. That always just gets me really excited. Like how do we go from these ideas into something that works that people can use?
Well, Andrew, thanks for taking this time to chat with me and talk about your background and the topic and some of the things that you're involved with at Figma. And we'll look forward to seeing you at the conference in just a few weeks.
Can't wait. Just booked everything. Really excited to do it.
Right. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.